All right. Welcome back to Coughing Baby, episode 1.
You know, I don't know why I love it so much, but if I were to have a full-on podcast, I think I would name it Coughing Baby.
You just get, like, at the beginning, the opening for every episode is just...
Yeah. I'd make it my younger brother. I'd go and I'd be like, look, I need you to cough into the mic real quick. I need you to cough.
And then he'd be like, he wouldn't do it. He would be like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't try.
Yeah.
I feel like I swear, man, every time we see your little brother, yeah. I feel like he's like stuck in time. You explained it to me why.
Yeah.
But like to me he genuinely feels like every time I go over it's like, shouldn't this kid be grown? We don't have to go into it, but it's so funny.
But because I will go into it just so we can have the conversation. But so it's actually interesting because to give preface to the viewer at home, my younger brother is autistic, and non-verbally, right? So what's funny is he's actually making a whole lot of progress, like, because he's been going to speech therapy.
Yeah. And
it's kind of weird because they're kind of giving him like tricks to do almost. It's a weird thing to think about, but they're like, hey, I'll give you the tablet back, or I'll give you this toy if you make this sound. So they'll be like, oh, you gotta make this sound, and go ooh, or they'll go ee, and then he'll replicate the sound, right? And then like he's understanding basic, not commands, but like it's like, hey, if they say like my turn, he has to give the tablet to them, and like stuff like that. So it's interesting to see him develop, but you're right where it's like, man, he's just the same baby.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even like, because he, in my eyes, he hasn't even really aged like at all. Like because every time I go over, he looks he still has the diaper on. Yeah, and like I'm just like, I feel like he had the diaper on like 2 years ago. Yeah, and I'm like, oh,
I feel like he should not have a diaper on anymore. Yeah, he also doesn't know how to pee properly. He doesn't know how to use the bathroom properly.
Oh man, but it's so dumb.
What?
Driving's a pain.
What? Like, even just in general?
Yeah,
like,
just in general.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
On like driving, like, cause I had to drive to Wilson. I told you about that. For like the thing that I had to hang out with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So I drove all the way to Wilson, and people love speeding on the highway. Now,
for sure.
Yeah. I love to do that too. I do.
Allegedly.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
Yeah.
But not that much. Like, I think what's legal is like 5 miles over or something.
Yeah.
But and honestly, I wish highways were like 90 miles per hour, because it's so annoying. It'll be like, oh, we're all going 70. Do we really want to go 70? No, not really. But if we go any faster, the police are gonna it really, and they love to hide. The police love to hide for no reason.
What's crazy about that too is the fact that because I got into that car accident, I've had to go the speed limit wherever I go. And I recently just started to get back on the highway. Yeah. So I'm on the highway. It's like 65, 70 miles. I'm going, and people are upset with me. They're speeding. They're going 80, 90, 100 on the highway.
Yeah, as God intended.
Yeah, right. And I'm driving, and I'm going 70, and they're like flicking, especially if it's at night, they're flicking their high beams at me. Yeah. They're like, dude, I just want to get to where I gotta go, man.
My thing about it is, it's fine. Like, if you're in the slow lane, that's cool. Yeah. I don't care. But I feel like for whatever reason, people just like, because if someone's going slow and there's no other way to get through, I can kind of understand. But is it like full normally? Like, is it?
No, dude, it's not even full. It's
like, can they turn into
yes.
Like, that's where I don't get it, because it's like you can just go the other way and just speed up. Yeah. But my issue here's the problem with that. Yeah. If you try to speed up right next to somebody who doesn't want to speed up for whatever reason, all of a sudden, because they're primitive primate brain activates. They're just like, vroom, vroom, and they match your speed for no reason. Like
I do it because I'm a bow. I do it intentionally. I do it when I'm like, oh, you pass by me, and then I speed up. And
I mean, it's just
I don't do that anymore. But
it's dumb to me because it feels like it really does. It illustrates to me how like animalistic people are. Because like he's not affecting you. And here's the worst part. I acknowledge this, and it bothers me. I still do it too. It's like I hate it because I can't live up to my own standards. It's like on one hand you got people like I'm like, oh, you're so unevolved, right? Like that's what I think in my head. And it's like on the other hand, it's like I do the same thing. It's like, well, you know. You know.
Well, and it's I always think about that, and the highway and like driving in general is the number one example that I think of laws are kind of put in place, but like the general populace kind of not controls the laws. It's like if the speed limit is 65,
it's a game of chicken. It really what laws for like highways really boil down to. It's really just, what did the guy in front of me do? Yeah. That's really what... Because I've noticed this. Every time like the light's about to turn red. Yeah. Or like it goes from green to yellow to red. It's red and people still go. Yeah. And the person behind the person who just went, they'll go too if it's on red. Yeah. Because it's like, well, you know, like I'm gonna sneak by and
but
like
then the next person is like, oh, you better not push it. Because,
yeah. But that's really what it like. Well, it depends. Sometimes they'll just book it. Yeah. Like it's usually on like left or right turns. Straight, I think more people are like accustomed to. I'm not gonna risk a ticket on this one, but like definitely right or lefts where it takes like a little bit of while for it to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Those people definitely just wait, or like they're like C. But anyway.
I find it that game of chicken, but it's also like we kind of take the laws into our own hands. It's like it's like Capitol is a perfect example of like the speed limit there is supposed to be. 40? When I was on my way here, I was checking it. They have you when you're on Google Maps. And
yeah. You're looking at your phone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're breaking the law.
No,
Yeah.
I got it on my little stand.
Oh yeah. That makes it better. Yeah.
When I look over, but it says like 40 or 45. You see the sign. Everybody's at least going 55, 60, which is like, okay, well, speed limit, law is like, 5 over, right? Yeah. But it's like 10, 15, 20 over. People are going 70 on Capitol. And a car crash happens, and you wonder why the car crash happens.
No, that's because of Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
The homeless dude?
Yeah, everyone knows Spider-Man. We literally talked about it in our class. It was like... but,
He was going crazy. And I was just driving to the boxing club at State one day.
See, I'm like... I love Taco Bell, and...
Yeah.
No, but like I love Taco Bell, and there's one on Capitol, and the road where he likes to perform is the same one where Taco Bell is. So I'll just go, and I'm like, wow, he's really going at it right there.
Rain or shine.
Yeah, dude's just there. It's like, I wish a spider would actually bite him, and then he'd be actual Spider-Man.
He'd be going crazy. He would be saving everybody.
You think like a Spider-Man in like. You think
Spider-Man
in Raleigh? Where does he swing from? You think he just runs? Because he's like really fast.
Yes. I've always had the thought of if I was Spider-Man and I was swinging, we'd be swinging from like trees. And it's like there's this tree.
There's no way the tree would support your weight though. Like not you, but like a person in general. Like if you were to swing on a tree, I feel like the force of you landing another web. And how tall it... Because trees here aren't that tall. It would be like... I feel like it'd be telephone poles, like, jumping like you do in like the PS4 game. I feel like that's what you'd do. But at the same time...
There's taller buildings in downtown Raleigh.
Yeah, but like... Spider-Man, quick! Yeah. Like, you could probably run there. You wouldn't even have to really swing. It's like... Because in comics, everyone is like a like a superhuman. They can just run however fast. Like the Hulk is technically like he's really fast. Like you see him, he
jumps.
Dude, he clears like 100 miles in like 10 minutes. Yeah. Like easy. No, not even jump. Like just run.
Oh yeah.
Like he just runs. Yeah. And he's like really good.
That's not cool though. I want to swing from webs. They go.
Me personally, if I had superpowers, I would use them in like the most benign, evil ways possible. Yeah. I wouldn't let anybody like see it, right? Like I'd be like, oh, I have like the webs of Spider-Man. Cool. All right. Somebody in like Raleigh that pisses me off when we're like just walking from place to place. Like a student, like I'll if I was in class, I would do this to people. Like if I would do this to people if I could. Yeah. I would stick the web on the chair. Yeah. And then when someone sits on it, when they get up, people don't get up normally. Yeah. So when they get up at the end of class, when they're like, oh, finally ready to go, the chair is stuck to their butt. Yeah. And I would just go out of my way to just be like, that's funny. Yeah, I would wait too. I would record. I would like phone up there or like camera or something. It would be so like just dumb little things or like a little tripwire every. It would probably be like horrible. Like it would probably. Or if I had like the Flash's speed, I would definitely go into like the middle of Nevada and just start like I would go to random places where like people are camping or something. I'd be like, help! Like just
and leave. And
go. No. I'd run from one part in the field. I'd be like, help! And then to the next part of the field, help me! And it sounds like there's like a thing, just like a monster just running across the field, just doing. And it's like oh shoot, or like Wendigo's real or something. I would mess with people in ways that like if they were like on a TV show, it would be really funny. Yeah. But like I'm also just saying this. Like I don't.
You get your superpower and then suddenly you got a calling and it's like
I wouldn't use it for good. That's all I'm saying. I'm just doing the right thing is like never. It's not. It doesn't get rewarded. But
man.
Like if Spider-Man existed in New York City, he'd get killed. He would immediately get shot.
Well, that's what they were trying to do to him.
Well, no. You don't. No, there's no dodging bullets, Tyler. There's no.
If you're Spider-Man,
no. There is no dodging bullets.
The Spidey sense.
Yeah, the Spidey sense. Oh, cool. He jumps away from a bullet only to get hit to it with another bullet. Like it'd be like that one scene in JoJo where like he pulls out the Tommy gun and just shoots it.
Yeah.
But like, there's no. You would get killed immediately as Spider-Man. Or if you weren't affected by bullets, the government would grab you. Like it's one or the you're not swinging away. You're swinging away. Oh, cool. I guess we'll just coat every building with like non-stick spray or something, and then.
Do you think that's what the government would do?
No, I think that's what like people who don't want their building to be swung on would do. They'd be like, okay, window washers, put this non-stick coating everywhere.
Pam spray.
Yeah, it's like they become a government contractor that way. And it's like, oh, we need to catch this Spider-Man.
I was talking to my coach today because I've been thinking about the morality behind me being a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Like going into my first match, I was like, well, man, I don't want to hurt people, and then I was like. Well, it's like if I need that dog in me to fight, then that dog has been euthanized. I don't have that dog in me. But
you don't want to fight anymore?
No. Well, that's what I was thinking, and then I fought, and then I was like, man, I really like fighting, and then I was like, oh man, that's kind of problematic, and I was talking to my coach, both before and after. He was like, look, if you don't ever want to fight, he was like, I won't force you to, right? He's like, I teach you, I give you this power, and you can do whatever you want with it. He's like, you could fight, and you could be a champion. You could go into a grocery store and kill 7 people before they stop you. He's like, you can do whatever you want. I was like, I mean,
you could probably. I probably realistically probably not. I would never do anything horrible. I'm very mild mannered.
Very mild mannered. No,
yeah, unless given infinite power, then I will do awful things.
I will do all the things.
Yeah, because I have infinite power. Who's gonna stop me?
Who's gonna stop me? No, that's.
I think Genghis Khan had infinite power. Like I feel like that's the case because the way they talk this dude up, it just makes me feel like his reign ran for a millennia and he like killed a lot of people well, let's not get into the parts that like were not like No,
I was gonna say he conquered like half the world.
Yeah.
More than that.
Well, I mean,
sure.
Napoleon to run for his money, but Alexander the Great would beat him up. I have a feeling.
You think so?
I think so. I think Alexander the Great against Genghis Khan. I think Alexander the Great would annihilate Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Like it just makes sense. Like
he had some crazy military tactics.
Yeah. But like I mean, hand to hand, I feel like Genghis Khan.
Hand to hand combat.
Yeah, I feel like Genghis Khan doesn't stand like a trial. I have a feeling he was like a really intelligent person that was able to get other people to do his cause. Yeah. But I don't think he was actually. I think Alexander the Great. He's from Rome. Those people fought.
But what about Genghis Khan with prep time?
Genghis Khan with prep time has nothing on Alexander the Great. Honestly, the mere fact that you're sitting right in front of me in this janky setup we have, and you're telling me that Genghis Khan with prep time could beat Alexander the Great is just ridiculous. Honestly, I don't even know why you're here. I mean it. It's like you're really pushing my buttons here.
We get up and start fighting mid podcast.
Doesn't this like? I think a lot of people here work a lot for like what they reasonably like could get done in a day.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, okay, buddy, we get it. You have your own career and you're decently well off. Yeah. Tell me how decently well off you are after the rent.
This is true, but what I will say is I be working my ass off, but I get to punch people in the face for a living.
For context, he's a boxer.
Yes.
It's just insane to me that we have this whole culture of just working, and it's like you see like people like this TikTok girl like crying about not having any time to do anything else in the day. It's like, but people it's weird because you have two sides of it. You got that's nothing. I just got finished doing 16 hours of unpaid overtime.
Dude, that video,
it's
dude.
like.
Why are you flexing that?
Please it's like, dude, like you need a vacation. Like it's like work is good. I think working your whole life is probably what you should be doing, so you don't go like senile. Like learning stuff, working is really good, but like it should be capped at a certain point. Like it shouldn't. Like you shouldn't. You just need. You need the break. You need to chill. I genuinely feel, one day, we're gonna get the 4-hour work week. Maybe not even. But if we do get the 4-hour work week, I feel like one day we're gonna be like, maybe the 3-hour work or the 3-day work week. Yeah. Or did I say hour? I meant day. 4-day work week, 3-day work week, and we're gonna be like, wow, it was so barbaric when we had to work like most of the time. And it's like now it's like, but like genuinely, I feel like it makes more sense because you only have like so many hours in the day where you can be productive. Yeah. And because even with homework and stuff. And like work, at a certain point, if I come back from class, I don't want to do my homework. Yeah. I just got out of class. Why would I want to do homework? Yeah. But then you go to work and it's like I really don't want to be here either. Yeah. And it's just the whole thing. People get fatigued really easily.
So it's still kind of thing, right? But then it's weird because, well, now my shoulder. I don't know if we've talked about that a lot.
You injured?
Yeah. So, I've been having to take like the past couple of weeks off of training and doing everything. Like I can't even like hold mitts for people, right? Yeah. So, and I'm like laying and like rotting in my bed, and I'm like, man, all I want to do is work right now. Like I didn't know why.
Well, you know what I think about that. I think you honestly deserve it. I think all the bad things you've done in your life. I think this is the culmination of like all the like your sins weighing on you.
Whether you mean that as a joke or not.
I'm joking.
Sometimes I'll be thinking that. I'll be laying in my bed. I'm like, man. Yep, and then I get up in the morning and I'm like,
I think that when I poop and it like hurts.
But it going back to the original point, it's like when I stopped taking a lot of medicine and like eating bad. It's replacing eating bad and taking medicine to compensate with just like eating better and like the exercise and everything. It's just like, oh, I can drink this tea with a spoonful of honey.
And of honey.
And I feel better.
I hate tea.
Yeah.
I
can't
like
tea?
I can't stand it. It's
all types of tea?
Yes, all types of tea. It's like there's leniency on stuff that doesn't taste like tea, but we all know what tea tastes like. There's like it's like apple tea, this tea. There's that one thing in tea that makes it taste like tea, and that's the thing I cannot stand. Because when I was a kid, my dad, like, this is how ridiculous, like, back in, like, how much people don't know about, weight loss and stuff like that.
Yeah. Their
thought was, if we give you this tea, you'll lose weight.
Yeah, like a
because I was really, no. It wasn't a weight loss tea. It was a regular apple tea. They were like, drink this, you'll get skinny if you do this, right?
Yeah.
It did not work.
Yeah,
because they force fed the tea straight into me
at
one point because my dad was so angry that I wasn't drinking this tea because obviously he cares about me, like, but he just doesn't. He's not aware. It's like, hey, maybe don't feed me like the worst things known to man, and we'll be like fine. Like I won't be as big.
Maybe don't. Yeah.
It's like realistic because that's what it's really. There's no such thing as good or bad foods, but there's like how much you can eat of like a certain food. Well, except for air fried food. Air fried food is just like cancer in a dish.
You keep saying that, but I love making my bagels in the air fryer.
Yeah, that's great, man. I can't wait to not have you as a friend when you're like 50.
Because you don't have to do anything.
Well, he just kind of looks at the camera and that's all he does.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I mean, I guess we're just talking into a microphone, but this isn't our jobs. So.
Yeah. We'll be one day. Okay.
You wish. Dude, podcasting would be so lucrative if like it weren't for the fact that everyone has a podcast.
Well, yeah, okay. So, and I have a point to that. I don't have the post, but it's like a streamer, influencer, entrepreneur, whatever that I follow, and he was like, I forgot the specific number, but it's like if you create over X amount of podcasts, you will be in the top percent of people who make podcasts. It's like, yeah, everybody has a podcast, but it's only like 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay, fair enough. But, okay, for context, this dude that I'm talking to, the only reason I'm doing this type of assignment is because this guy right here, he wanted to do a podcast.
I would love to do a podcast.
He always brings it up. He's the guy that every person despises in the friend group because he can't stop talking about making a podcast. It's like so I was like, let me kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Like, I don't know why I'm doing that, but so I'm like, okay, I think I know the general gist of it. Like, it's not let me try to do this for the assignment and then like bring it up. I get to talk to this guy because he disappears all the time, and then if this works out or if we have like it doesn't flop, which I feel like we're doing decently, not in terms of like views or anything because it's just one guy right now, but in terms of like the actual recording and everything, then maybe we can start like actually maybe.
Well, like, because the thing about it, man, is always...
You know how quick I'd get, like, just eviscerated off of the internet?
Okay, but that's what I mean, is my justification is that the topics that we get into and that we are mature about and that we don't joke about in the way we joke about.
Oh, please. I have to insert a certain amount of terrible jokes into every little conversation.
But listen, it's like...
I'm not compromising my soul to the podcast gods.
There's so many tidbits. There's so much to talk about.
Okay, so Israel and Palestine recently.
Okay, but listen, now guys, episode number 1. Episode number 1. Bro. No, but it's the way that I see it is especially with the people that we talk to, like the people that are in that Ryan Michael friend group and the people that
they're not gonna respect this even if it takes off, right? Like I know you were talking about that as like they're not even Michael and Ryan. If those two were to ever like hear this podcast ever, and even if we're this even if there's like 1 million views on one and like it becomes a career, all this stuff, you know they're not gonna respect us.
Well then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you're bringing it up like they're gonna like like kiss your feet or something.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that with the people that we know, we come from so many different outlooks of life that we have opinions that I think are very interesting to listen to.
Opinions interesting. Yeah, I don't like wet pizza. Okay, buddy. Okay, get off your high horse.
No, that's not what we talk about. That's not what we talk about.
Yeah, I love Little Caesars. Okay, let's turn that into a 20-minute segment.
I could turn it into a 20-minute segment. I could talk so much about Little Caesars.
It's like, oh yeah, I love the cancer pizza. Yeah.
Yummy cancer pizza.
It really is. It is baffling to me because I will say, it's like the ego, I guess, in me. I know I'm interesting than at least, like, I feel I'm more interesting than most people who set to start out one. I won't lie to you. I think, because I not that attractive, not that athletic. I expect everything, and I mean everything into comedy.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm good at. Like, and even then, certain people it just doesn't mesh well with.
Yeah.
But I expect everything into that. And I just feel like I would be more interesting in this type of field. However, there's like 1 billion of them, dog. There's like so many of them.
But then I'm telling you, it just circles back to the first point, man, of like, it's always that idea of, it's like, okay, well, even if you make the first one and it's really bad, it's just like, you put out the episodes, you put up the content, you get better and better and better at it. And it's also the idea of when we're here and when we're talking about things that aren't us joking, or it's like, it's...
But like, that's the fun part. The fun part is the joking. That's the...
When I think of a podcast, okay, because there's so many different kinds of podcasts, right? When I mean we should start a podcast, when I say podcast, I think of the type of podcast that I listen to, which is maybe not life advice, but life experiences that turn into life advice, or interviews with people. I love the type of podcast format where it's like...
Lame, dumb, stupid, boring, dumb. Okay. Dumb.
Okay.
When I think podcasts, I think stuff that makes me laugh. If you, like, come on, man. A podcast about, these were my dumb, stupid, lame experiences about going into fighting. It's like, no, we have to make jokes about that. It's it's like, okay, Tyler, how do you think you would stand against the rhino?
And it's like, maybe not that well.
Talks like Mike Tyson for no reason. Maybe not that well, man.
Maybe not that well. Fight the rhino. You punch the rhino in the face.
He can. You're so quiet for no reason.
That's my voice, man.
No, you can talk louder. I just feel like you're not. You're like so reserved. You don't want to scream like me. You're not.
That's what I do. I mean, I don't know. That's what I...
It would piss me off so much if you just did not register on the mic this entire episode. It just sounds
like it just sounds like you're talking to
yourself. Yeah, because we've been recording for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be so anger inducing. I don't think I'd blast you out the center of the earth.
I think
I would kick you down the planet. I'd push you off a dam. Really.
I think that it's gonna be all right. I think I'm picking up. Oh, maybe not.
Oh yeah. But no. Yeah. I'm not. Like, look, man. I am so much louder than you, and you're just going like,
well, I can't help it. That's just, I can't help it.
Man wants to start a podcast. Well, I think that's about enough. I think we've been going on for 52 minutes. Yeah,
it's enough time.
The assignment will probably be like more close to like maybe like 10 minutes realistically.
Yeah, when you cut it down. Yeah. Talk about everything.
So anyway, that's the end of episode 1 of Coughing Baby.
Coughing Baby.
That's the cold open.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, but I don't know about like a career.
Gotta go home. I'm telling you, man. It's
yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening. You have a good day.
Have a good one. Bye bye.